Hello, welcome back to Ascending Without Wings. This is a continuation of the solstice and full moon readings. So I've been guided that the energies are around for about 2 weeks, and it's only early still, so I'm going to persist. I'm going to continue these readings. So, for our lovely Leo people, the three cards that you would have seen on the screen, if you have selected the first one, the card that you have is Adjacent Possibilities. So, thinking outside the box, being a little bit creative. Let's see what we get. While I give these cards a little shuffle, you can just think about that for a bit. So, adjacent possibilities. Thinking outside the box is the first thing that popped into my head. Now we've got cards everywhere. Excellent. Okay, correct cards. Brilliant. See what I mean by the energy? Wow. Okay. All right, let's do this. So, I have the correct cards and they're in the correct order. So, the first card that we have for this reading for our Leos for this solstice and full moon got the Four of Swords. Four of Swords is all about burning the candle at both ends and needing a bit of a rest. And generally speaking, the solstice and full moon readings are highly spiritual. So I do believe that this is relating to getting a lot of upgrades and downloads, and with the intense energy of the solstice that we've been getting in, people have been feeling quite sort of dizzy, a little bit drained, really, really lethargic, needing to sleep, at random time frames. So things like that. And it's just a matter of listening to your body, doing what your body needs you to do. Everybody has a different requirement for sleep and things like that, with ascension symptoms and, weather being a bit weird all over the world, which it really is. I really feel like it's time to actually listen to your body and do what it's telling you to. Okay, so definitely get some rest, and get out in nature. Salt water, just looking at the ocean while it's moving away can be really hypnotic and actually quite healing, and quite soothing to the soul. So that's definitely some advice if you can't do that. Some nature documentaries or getting out in a park, get your bare feet in the grass. Just sort of, just breathe and be in your body, that kind of thing. It can be really replenishing for your energy body as well as sort of spiritual aspect of yourself. Okay, moving on. The second card these Leo people have is the Two of Cups. So that's usually about a soulmate union. As you can see, there's two people there exchanging cups, and the cups represent the emotions that they contain within themselves, or their love, I guess you could say it. But I feel like this has been a long time coming. Definitely could relate to some twin flames reconnecting, meeting even for the first time. Definitely some unions there, because this is very much a twin flame card. Not to say this is a twin flame reading. However, there are many out there. Okay. But yeah, this card has a real energy of very deep and sincere form of devotion. Like, I don't know, just the expressions on their face, to me, there's just it's a definite very deep and soul connection. And it's been a long time coming. It's like that house in the background is up on the hill. It's so far away. So I really feel like this situation has really taken a while to come about. And this doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. It could be friendships that are, repairing damage that has occurred in the past with arguments or misunderstandings. It could be, family bonds. Your soulmate doesn't have to be a romantic partner. Like my best friend, from my teenage years is the first soulmate that I ever met. And that bond is unmistakable. It's like you meet this person for the first time and you've known them all your life, and you've got this amazing rapport with this person. It's really comfortable. You can just speak from your heart. You don't have to worry about explaining yourself. You don't have to worry about whether they're going to misunderstand your intentions in what you're saying. It's a really beautiful connection. And it's always very relaxing and soothing. It's very comfortable. It feels like home, basically. That's the words that just popped into my head. So moving on, if this is indeed a reunion, there would be a slight celebration. But I'm hearing engagement, possibly. So yeah, in a lot of cases, if it's, twin flames coming back together, you're coming back together because both of you have done immense amounts of healing, and you've gotten into your own mission work, which is part of the big idea of why we're here. Yeah. So if that is happening, twin flames coming into union, there is the third energy that you create when you do come into union, into harmonious union. Okay, when you balance with your own masculine and feminine, and so is your other divine counterpart, let's call them that. That is ultimately that. So if this is relating to twin flames, I do believe that this solstice period, you've had some major upgrades and things like that. You need to have a rest because you are on the verge of reuniting with your twin. And I do believe that this is going to be a coming together, either engagement, just purely the third energy that you create. It could even be like a celebration, like some twin flames have been through hell and back together and then sort of parted because of the side effects of these situations. And it's kind of like at one point you knew that you could be each other's rock, but for whatever reason you chose to separate. Okay, whatever it was, 3D unevolved thinking, whatever you want to call it. But everything had to happen for a reason. It happened to make you who you are. It happened to make your twin who they are. So nothing is a mistake. Nothing is wasted. Nothing is pointless. Yes, I know it can be painful. Trust me, I know. But, when you've been through so much, there is a cause for celebration. There's a real, wow, I persisted and I had faith and I took the leaps of faith and I worked on myself and I feel fantastic about myself now. Look at the rewards. Astrologically, a lot of people are saying, good karma brings about dharma. So it's kind of like getting your rewards now. I really feel like there is definitely a sense of we're getting a little universal pat on the back here. Okay, so moving on to the following card. I do believe this is the energy of the Leo that I'm speaking to here, being embodied. The Queen of Cups is someone who actually has balanced her emotions. She knows how to rise above her emotions. I always notice that she's her feet are sort of on the ground that's elevated slightly above the water, and the water represents the emotions. So it's almost like a sense of achievement. It's like looking back on the last few years and recognizing how far you've come. And definitely this solstice and full moon, there is a big vibe of reminiscing and sort of going, okay, well, who was I at the beginning of this year? Who was I 2 years ago, 3 years ago, whatever the case may be? This is a person that's actually recognizing themselves and their own ability and their own evolution and giving themselves a lot of credit. This is a person that doesn't seek emotional validation or support or love from outside of herself. She or he has all the love they need within themselves. So this is a person that's very grounded, very stable, very emotional, but also knows how to handle those emotions and rise above those emotions. So I really feel like this is like a leveling up, almost like another graduation day. This is a recurring theme with a lot of the zodiac signs that I've done, which you guys are only the fourth, so I won't get too excited. But yeah, definitely an air of leveling up, graduation day. You guys have come so far, give yourself a pat on the back. You've done good. But when we move on to the following card, we have the Hanged Man. Oops, I'm holding it upside down. All right, the Hanged Man. So Hanged Man is all about hanging in suspension, but Hanged Man also, in this particular context, which I don't always pick this up with this card, the Hanged Man represents Odin hanging upside down for 6 days after having sacrificed an eye for spiritual knowledge or enlightenment, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so it's the ultimate representation of spiritual progress requires some form of sacrifice. And I know that anybody on the ascension path that has even been on it for 6 months, let's say, has comprehended the aspect of sacrifice. Okay, you sacrifice friends, social groups, things like that. it's not even a matter of sacrifice. It's more a question of they're not on the same frequency as you. So, it's a major shift for everybody. But I do feel like this union, it is going to be a cause for celebration. It is going to give you emotional fulfillment. However, you also need to take time out to make sure you sort of can process all the information and the emotions and the energies that you're processing at the moment. Like, we're getting bombarded with really intense energy at the moment. It's only going to get more intense. So having that going on, and then having this massively emotional experience happening in your life where your twin's returning, and I'm sure it'll be beautiful and well deserved. However, there's just a little reminder to don't forget your spiritual practices, your self-care, your meditation, yoga, whatever it is, and just your spiritual aspect of your life. You need balance. You have to be in balance to be able to maintain a harmonious union with your twin as well. You need to be in balance within yourself. So it's really important. But also, I feel like when you do go through this stage, don't feel like, oh, nothing's happening, I'm not getting anywhere. How come we're stagnant all of a sudden? A lot of people confuse this stage for being stagnant. It's not stagnant. It's like the calm before the storm. You've learned something, you've done your little tests, you've proven that you know the information. That's great. Now we're going to have a little break before you go out into the workplace and show us what you got with all that stuff that you learned. Quite literally, like, my ears are ringing really, really loud while I'm saying that. So I'm guessing that's a big, big thumbs up there. So yeah, with Ascension and all of the fun times that come with it, yeah, there's phases and there's stages. Yeah, there's times when we're getting massive downloads and upgrades, and like you can feel energy pouring into your crown chakra and things like that. And you feel really connected, and like synchronicities up the wall. It's crazy. And then other days you feel completely out of touch, like you just have no idea what's going on and it's not happening. Comes and goes. Okay, just ride those waves. You only go with the flow. These things happen for a reason. If we were in constant 24/7 drowning in spiritual information and connection and all that, it can be a bit overwhelming. It can be a bit much. And basically, if you want to ramp up your connection, just ask your higher self. It's as simple as that. Anything you need help with, angels and your higher self are there. And literally, it's like being a kid in the candy store and going, can I please get help with this? And just be open to the guidance and the helpers will be put in your path. Things like little metaphorical situations will present themselves. A message needs to be unraveled, basically. So moving on to the final card that we have is the Emperor. So the Emperor is a great boss, great manager, someone who's very assertive. They know what they're doing. They know how to get a job done. But there's also another aspect of the Emperor where he's got his armor on underneath his robes. So this is a person that's always ready to prove their point a bit too much, possibly. This can represent an Aries. It can sort of be like a bossy father figure or a stubborn boss, who thinks it's my way or the highway. He thinks he knows everything and nobody else could have any answers. Yeah, he's a very passionate person and he's a good-hearted person. I really do feel that from this. Like, he's got quite a kind face. This is the kind of person that you do want to have in your team. However, an awakened version of this person would be quite nice. Not to say that the Emperor is not awakened. However, a little bit more self-awareness, maybe. All right. I do believe that this could be your twin. And maybe this hanged man stage between yourself and, you being the Queen of Cups and the Emperor. I do believe it's almost like a stage of processing. It's like with all the spiritual upgrades and things like that, you'll notice you'll be quite drained. You'll need some downtime, having your Epsom salt baths, doing your meditations, listening to binaural beats, whatever it is that you do, getting out in nature, whatever it is. Make sure you process the energies, make sure you process the information, that's coming your way, because you have come a long way and you've done a lot, you've achieved a lot, and you've changed your approach to life. Yeah. You've looked at the adjacent possibilities in life and you have been open to that. Don't let the return of somebody that is, fantastic, that they're coming back, and obviously you guys have, work to do that's way bigger than yourselves, and the universe knows that, and so it's now time. However, don't get too caught up in the other person and lose yourself. Okay, I'm going to pull your house cards to see what area, but my gut's telling me it might be 8th house in Venus somehow, which seems to be what's going on with me as well, apparently. I feel like that might be the one. Oh, wow. Okay, it's not the 8th house, it's the 11th house, which is even better. Where the cosmos grants wishes, luck, friends, and social occasions. Wishes? Wishes of the heart, maybe? Ooh, okay. And Mars comes flying up. Mars is the, warring energies, the aggressive masculine energy. Interesting. Okay, I'm going to actually read the info in the books because I do know slight bits about astrology, but I'm not that well versed. So let's just have a look what Mars has to say. This is interesting. It's a very cool way to get to know astrology, I guess. So this is the card for Mars. It says the physical energy drives strength and fighting spirit. Yeah, aggressive. All right, so the current energy is focused on the part of you that is represented by Mars. And it is this part of your personality that is engaged with the question or issue. In astrology, Mars represents your energy. This ranges from the energy that enables you to get up in the morning to the energy and drive that you need to run a marathon. There are other drives within you too, such as your sex drive or sexual aggression and your driving ambition. So if you are looking for success with something, engage all your passion and battle to win. For victory can surely be yours. When we feel threatened, our bodies produce the stress hormone adrenaline, which prepares us for fight or flight. In the same way that a soldier psychs himself up for a battle or an athlete prepares to win a race. You can now reach within and find the strength and stamina necessary to defeat any foe or obstacle. Mars can also be rallied as a defense mechanism. It is a primitive survival instinct that will defend our home, loved ones, possessions, and ego against criticism or threat. There is a note of caution with this card, since we can be so fired up that we become quarrelsome or overly aggressive in defense of ourselves. You may want to stop and ask yourself if you might later regret any actions you take. If the matter in hand concerns someone else, you may want to be wary of their temper or unreasonable demands. This card symbolizes the thrusting willpower to achieve mastery and domination. Your fiery competitive spirit is engaged, and this will give you the strength and determination to win and to succeed. Nice one. I like that. Okay, so Mars and 11th house. 11th house. Yeah, this is like major wishes being granted kind of vibe, I do believe. So, this is the card. So it says, the little girl on the 11th house card is wishing on a star. For it is in the area of your life that your wishes and dreams may come true. If you draw this house card, you should be granted all the joys of optimism and hope. The 11th house is about the big wide world and the things that can suddenly drop into your life as a gift from the star-spangled cosmos. So good fortune, a lottery win, an offer of a free holiday, or a ride to the moon may be in the cards. You can certainly regard it as the lucky part of your life. It is also here that you may have a pleasant social time with friends and acquaintances, such as at a party or a sports event or Christmas. Yeah, good time. On the cautious side, this may be an opportunity to have a closer look at who your friends are and what they represent, for in truth, they are a part of you. Your friends influence you, and their karmic energy seeps into yours as you exchange and share. So you should be sure that you are happy with the values and morals of your friends. It is okay to have differing opinions from time to time, but if their behavior and standards are not up to yours, consider whether it is appropriate. This includes your friendship opportunities in a group, club, or social networking site. The aspect of your personality described by the planet card can be... Oops, sorry guys. Reading the wrong space. Okay, so I hope that explains what the 11th house is. And I will conclude this first Leo reading with a Heart and Soul tarot card. That's the Arch Angel Michel. Yeah, please have one message for these Leos for this reading. Okay. That one. Okay, so this is the card that you've got. It says, old feelings are resurfacing, and again you find yourself on an emotional roller coaster. Don't fight it. Instead, allow these feelings to surface without judging them. They are neither good nor bad. They are simply a part of you. Own them, embrace them, and love them. Bless the past and be grateful for the deep and profound healing that is taking place. Okay, yeah, I do believe that this could be about a twin flame reunion, most certainly, ladies and gentlemen. So, my lovely Leo friends that selected the first energy card, I hope that resonated. Please feel free to leave messages, like, share, subscribe, comment, whatever you wish to do. I will be trying to make my readings much more consistent and hopefully maintain this style of reading so that I can cover at least a decent portion of the population. All right, so now we are moving on to the second energy oracle card, which anxiety. Not a very nice thing. You realize, my friends, that worrying is basically just making whatever you're worrying about come to you. And trust me, I've actually been really focusing on my thoughts. Like, yeah, there are times that throughout the day where you will not catch yourself. Like, you won't actually consciously realize how you are thinking or what you are thinking. And those are the moments where when you actually catch those thoughts, you're like, what? Where did this even come from? Like, why am I thinking so negatively or being so bitter, or where did this come from? Like, it's just completely out of character and it's so wrong. And, you know, when it comes to self-love and spiritual evolution, it's a part of the package. You have to get your head around self-love and start treating yourself better. It's one of the big lessons that we all have to learn. I'm just going to check the first three cards that have fallen out, whether they're correct or not. Right, I have 3 more cards, please. Wow. Okay. Are these cards in order? Wow, okay. Wow, my friend Leo's this reading. Wow, okay. All of the cards are correct. They're all in the right spot, and I'm noticing, which I don't always notice, the bottom of the deck, 8 of Cups. This, right now, all that's telling me is somebody that walked away is returning. And the reason why I'm saying that is because your sequence of cards is the Wheel of Fortune, the Knight of Swords, the 2 of Cups, the 2 of Pentacles, the World card, and the Sun card. And my friends, you've got 3 of the most positive, finally having your time, like having your day in the sun, or whatever that saying is. Like, there's a very much a vibe of, it's just a matter of time, and you're going to feel like all your Christmases have come at once. Seriously, like, anxiety being the energy, this is what you're doing. I do believe that this is very much a twin flame or some sort of a dynamic where people have parted ways because of the combination of the anxiety card and the Eight of Cups card. Like the Eight of Cups, like the person's walking away. Eight of Cups is emotions, right? So this is walking away from something that you're deeply emotionally involved in. But we've all had to do that, I'm sure, at some point in our life. And it makes you a better person. It makes you stronger, wiser, all of that. Okay, self-mastery. Good stuff. But with this card, there's always that thing of there's that little walkway between the little hills behind him. So I do feel like there's definite potential of somebody coming back. And I sometimes say this is a year. This could be any time frame. Like, I don't like to restrict time frames, especially with tarot readings, because the fact that free will is a massive issue in anything. You know, you can try and predict things, you can try and read the energy of things, but when a person's free will is the thing that's blocking something, the answers will ever actually, you know, eventuate until that person's free will shifts into creating the situation that's going to bring about what you want. Okay, so I'm actually going to get on with the reading. So the first card that you had is the Wheel of Fortune. So this literally is like the Wheel of Fortune turning in your favor. This is, you know, this represents these figures from the zodiac. They're the 4 fixed signs. They're studying hard. Okay, they've been working on their craft, trying to master it. They've put in the hard yards, and it's like the principal or the boss or teacher, whoever, is basically going, you know, you guys have done great. Here's a little reward. Here's a little leg up or a little free pass, in a sense. Like, free pass is probably the wrong way of putting it, but it's kind of like a very well-earned and well-deserved reward, or change in circumstances, change in energy even around you, because with all this solstice energy, there's something in the air. There's something. Just the way babies look at me at the moment, it's beautiful, but yeah, kind of weird. Anyway, so I do feel like this kind of just represents some beautiful blessings and definitely a shift in the tide of your life, basically. I do feel like things in general will be improving, whether that be your financial flow, your ability to be able to find people that you're on the same frequency as. Like, a lot of people that are adjusting spiritually and evolving find it really, really hard to find their people, or, like, you know, people that they can relate to or have social gatherings with, or whatever it is. Like, just having some sort of social interaction with other people, it can be quite isolating. So I do feel like this could represent a few things in that sense. Okay, so just know that some good things are coming with this in this 2-week period from the 21st. I do believe that. Okay, following card that we have is the Knight of Swords. So Knight of Swords, this is a person that's in such a hurry to get a message across. They're kind of forgotten to put their visor down. They're not very stably holding that rein. He's just a person that's so eager to get where he's going and get his message across that he's kind of forgetting himself in a lot of ways. I'm noticing the butterflies. Oof, this is a person that's been through some stuff. Like, this is a person that's gone through some stages of ascension, and, you know, the caterpillar goes into the chrysalis and then comes out a butterfly. It's the transformation, like the phoenix moment where it burns to ashes and then comes back to life. This person has evolved. This person has come so far, and they are so, like, they're really standing out for me. So definitely, this is a person that feels very passionately about whatever it is that they're coming to tell you. And they really can't wait to get to you. Like, I feel this, like, I have to breathe. A very rushed kind of energy there. So, yeah, I do believe that this solstice and the full moon being so close together, and in being a Cancer full moon in like 0 degrees, it is deeply emotional. And it's kind of like the moment where you sort of stop and you're, okay, am I going to allow superficial stuff, judgment, fears, doubts, anxiety, whatever, past hurt, to stop me from being with the person that is perfect for me, that literally is like tailor-made, kind of perfect for me? I don't know, it's a bit of a no-brainer for some. I'm sure, as we're all individuals, there would be some people that would struggle with that. But I do believe that this group of Leos that I am tuning into in this second reading, this Wheel of Fortune could be somebody's lightning bolt moment, like epiphany, where they go, "Oh my lord, I now get it. I get what the connection is about. I get why, everything happened the way it did. I get that. Oh my gosh, maybe I was a bit silly, blah blah. But takes two to tango, as we all know. Okay, especially if it's a twin flame dynamic or even any relationship. Okay, people do silly things because they get so invested in maintaining that image that they have with the other person, they forget to be real, and they forget to just be honest. Because if the person truly loves you, it doesn't matter how much you stuff up, they will still be with you. They will still back you, yeah? So, I don't know, are we all as a collective that tainted from past experiences that we can't believe that a person could actually still care about you even after you make a little mistake? We're all human, nobody's perfect. So I do believe this person could be, because I don't know why I'm referencing mistakes. This person could be coming in with an apology. They could be coming in with, oh my God, I just woke up to myself and I've been through a bit of ascension and I've learned so much stuff. I really want to share it with somebody that will get it. And let's be spiritual friends, reconnecting with people like that from your past, possibly. But this is a person that feels really strongly about what they're coming to you about, okay? And they're in a rush. So this is not going to be in a state or an air of mystery for long, because the whole solstice and full moon energy from the 21st to the 22nd, the 2-week period, so 14 days afterwards, yeah? So 26th-ish. No, I can't count. Anyway, moving on. This person is coming in to, I believe, give you their cup and exchange for your cup. So I do believe this could be a twin flame union. I do believe this could be soulmates. It could also just be people reconnecting after fallouts and misunderstandings that, may have been like a family rift, siblings falling out, because this is a very, like, a deep soul connection. Okay, so generally speaking, your family members will be your soul family members to some extent, immediate family anyway. So I do believe this is a very sincere reconnection. There's a lot of love there. Just, yeah. There's just something, there's a lot of very sincere sort of unconditional love kind of vibe. It's like, I don't care what happened when, I'm here now, I want this now kind of vibe. Okay. There's a very, very, very sincere, very deep, heartfelt, like, exchange here. And I do believe that this Wheel of Fortune changing is very much the solstice and the full moon energies doing its thing and making people have those realizations and those epiphanies and just be like, seriously? Ego, pride, vanity, all that stuff, is it really worth that much? I don't think so, because this is where they're headed. Okay, I'm going to move on to the next card because I feel like this is a little reminder that maintain your balance, especially for your twin flames. If this is a twin flame reunion, you have learned to balance your light and your shadow aspects. You have learned to balance your masculine, feminine aspects. You're going to come into a union with your twin. Do not go off balance, okay? Maintain your balance. Even if that requires you to step away for a day or two, whatever, tone down the communication, even just so that you can have your quiet time. You can tune into your own guidance, your own inner clock, your higher self, all of that. Make sure you're still doing your spiritual practices, your meditation, whatever it is that you do, yeah? It's important to maintain your connection. Because I do feel like, in a sense, it's kind of like, yes, it's been such a long time coming. You can understand why a person would get so caught up and overwhelmed and, swept off their feet kind of thing when the love of your life returns to your life, and you make amends. But I feel like if you don't maintain your balance, those rough seas are what you're going to be riding. So don't maintain the balance. That means you're going to be off balance, which is going to cause disharmony within the union, and you're going to clash and you're going to separate again. All of the old unawakened stuff. Yeah. So we have come a long way. We've learned a lot. I really feel like don't forget everything that you've learned and you have come so far. Don't discredit yourself and don't let yourself down in the sense that you know how important your spiritual evolution and your mission work, all of that is to you. We've chosen all these things because they're basically the foundations of our soul. They are what make us tick. So of course it's going to be really important to us. So just don't forget yourself. Like, you're in a balanced whole individual yourself and you're happy and content. This is why your twin's coming into your life. Don't go off balance so that you put off the thing that's actually bringing, like, gravitating him or her back to your life. Yeah. Because I'm saying this because the second last card we have is the World card. So this is like major life cycles being completed. So it's kind of like we've gone through life, grown up, gone into adulthood, had a few karmic relationships, whatever, met our twin, got into separation, then done all our inner work, ancestral healing, karmic relationships, all of that, purging, whatever, come into balance in all aspects of ourselves. And then we come into union. So it's a massive, massive cycle, like major evolution. It's like the death and rebirth of the soul is a major part of this, and we know this, yeah? So this is very much that, but I'm also feeling for some people this could actually be a trip, whether it could be a holiday together with your twin, it could be a holiday to see your twin. Definitely. And it being sort of Christmas time, a lot of people could be traveling overseas to see relatives and things like that, or getting visitors yourself. But also, the thing that I'm picking up right now is the first card that we started your reading off with was the Wheel of Fortune, which is the halfway mark. And those figures that are studying there in the World card have actually graduated. Okay. So this is, it's almost like a very definite bang, bang cutoff point to say that the hard yards, in a sense, the really soul evolving, deep digging kind of stuff that you've had to do has kind of come to an end. All the healing that you had to do from past lives and all the baggage that you brought into this life, it's all done. And you guys are okay. As long as you maintain your balance, your union is fine, and you're going to pursue your mission, and all that is good. Because now the last card you have is the Sun card, like the ultimate new beginnings card, like a life full of adventure, excitement, love, peace, harmony, passion, all of it. The Sun card is about new beginnings in a major way. Like, yes, it can be second chances. Yes, it can be the start of a new relationship. It could even represent, for some reason, I'm hearing birth of a baby. Like, if this is twin flames coming into union, I know twin flame babies are on the cards big time. And yeah, it's definitely possible because I'm hearing it, and Archangel Michael makes sure I hear all the guidance he wants me to tell you guys. So definitely could be some twin flame babies on the horizon in 2019. And the sunflowers, yeah, like new beginnings, new birth, new life, new businesses, new, twin flames coming into union together. They could be starting a business. They could be doing like a joint mission, whatever it is. Like, they may have two different areas of expertise that mesh perfectly to create a new service or a business or something like that. So it could be even things like that. Doesn't necessarily have to be babies. Not for everybody anyway. So yes, if it is babies, congratulations, guys. This is like a spectacularly beautiful reading. And oh Lord, if whoever watches this, and if I got this right, I would love to know. Okay, so what I'm going to do for you guys, because it's funny, your energy card was anxiety. It's kind of like, it's not a great vibe to start off with, but then to have it sort of like start off with the Wheel of Fortune and then be like a union which is perfectly balanced, or could be, or you're being warned to maintain your balance in it, to the World card, which is the completion of a major life cycle. It's a big pat on the back. It's a big, you did good kind of accomplishment. Well and truly. Wow. The card that's just fallen out. So I'm very, these cards are new is what I'm trying to say. Oh, wow. Okay. So the card you got is Pluto. And you can see that phoenix. What was I talking about a minute ago? Like the phoenix burning to ashes. It says your ability to transform, take a big leap forward and rebirth. Holy moly. This is why I love doing readings. You cannot write this if you tried. Okay, let's see which house this is affecting. Wow, your ability to transform. This is like, I'm hearing Scorpio season. It's a very Scorpio thing. Like, any reader will tell you Scorpios are good at reinventing or, basically killing off their old version of themselves and reviving a new version. Oh, wow. I don't think this could get any more beautiful. I'm definitely thinking that there could be some twin flame babies coming because the 8th house is the card that's coming with it. So the 8th house, which also has in the card, it's got wedding rings, people. And it's got angels and rainbows and a butterfly. Can you get any more transformation references? Can you get any more twin flame union references? This transformational area of your life is about shared resources and intense emotions. Oh, Lord. Someone's taken a massive leap of faith and pursued their mission and their soul work. And the universe is about to give you an absolutely monumental blessing on steroids, my friend. This is a really beautiful energy for you guys to be in. Like 11th house is like deep bonds, connections, definitely twin flame, soulmate union, definitely. I'm just going to check out Pluto because I haven't actually seen this card before, but it's so beautiful. Okay, so it's in each of us there is an instinctive urge for survival, an impulse for life so strong it will transcend most devastating of setbacks and lift us upwards into magnificence. This impulse has transformative energies. It can take any situation, including an already good one, and make it incredibly productive. The part of you that is described by Pluto is now engaged, so you are given a powerful impetus for growth or rebirth. Life is an evolutionary process, and change is inevitable. The Pluto force ensures things grow into what they must become, for they cannot stay as they are. The maiden leaves home and becomes a wife. The wife gives birth to a baby, and the student becomes a professor. As we reach these milestones and take this next opportunity, we cannot go back to the way things were before. We must evolve and grow. Ooh, okay. This may require an ending. For instance, the wife may leave her job to have her baby, but the ending always has a new beginning. This is the promise of life itself. But in order to make room, we may have to let something go to something new. We may, for instance, begin a whole new fabulous way of life when we end a bad relationship, even though the ending felt awful. You can create something wonderful now, for the most intense and powerful energy in you is activated, which releases the power of the Kundalini, the secret and magical power of the unconscious mind. You can be in a period of immense change and transformation, but sacred creative forces seek to awaken you into higher consciousness and enlightenment. You should make the most of the possibilities at this time. The only limit to what you can achieve will be your own imagination and confidence. So reach for the stars. Wow, people. Like, that's beautiful. Really, really beautiful. And the 8th house. Let's see. I'll just read you guys probably the first bit of the 8th house. Because it's pretty... it's a really beautiful combination. Okay, so the part of your personality that's all about rebirth and transformation and things like that. And the 8th house, says when we relate deeply to another person, it transforms us forever. We are the sum total of all those whom we have shared penetrating emotions. The 8th house can represent the area of life where we succumb to the intoxicating love of another and where we abandon ourselves to passion and helpless acquiescence. This could mean the birth of a baby, but it could also be an intense physical relationship. In the sacred act of coupling, we are taken into intense primordial feelings that affect us deeply on an emotional level. If we feel betrayed by the soul who shared those bewitching moments with us, then revenge, jealousy, and hatred are also possible. This vulnerability can erupt into passion of a different kind and produce all kinds of destructive behavior. This area of life contains all that will transform and change you. So the end of a chapter in your life is possible as you are taken from one stage of being to be reborn into another. The butterfly on this card represents the similar process of caterpillar becoming a chrysalis and then butterfly. Mystically, you may be connecting with your family history and reliving some karmic destiny, but ultimately these experiences are all about growth and transformation in the circle of life. Sometimes when this house is emphasized, we can meet people who actually work in crisis situations, such as lawyers, social workers, etc. Money or goods that belong to others, and the positions we share with partners are also covered by the 8th house. And difficulty can arise if love turns into bitter hatred and things have to be divided up. So hopefully you got this. You are not in this place, but if you are, try to manage the battle of wills with humility and restraint. And this could also mean a legacy or inheritance of some sort. So, guys, wowzers! The readings just keep on getting more and more beautiful. Yes, there's been people that have put out information about the energy updates and things like that, saying it's a really unheard of kind of time astrologically and energy wise on Earth. And you kind of hear all of it and okay. But these readings to me are kind of summing it up. Like everybody is in for some really deep, emotional, heartfelt rewards and blessings. And yes, there might be some things that are ending, but there are some things that are beginning that are just going to absolutely change your life and for the better. There's no negative is going to come from this. So the card that this group of lovely Leos got is this one, and it says, a new phase begins and brings with it new opportunities. This is a lucky and prosperous time where much that previously seemed impossible now is possible. Doors previously closed now open, and the world is full of light. Oh, Lord. Okay. Definitely a twin flame reunion. And definitely, people leaving your life so that the right ones can enter kind of vibe. Wow, guys, this is wow. It's very hot in Sydney this evening, so I'm trying not to melt here. So I hope it's for the second lot of Leos that reading resonated. I'm just going to give these cards a little bit of a different shuffle so that we can make sure that I'm not under-shuffling the cards. Got to a 5. That's 5. Okay, so now that would be recently shuffled. So for the last lot of Leos, we have the world. Okay, this card in this energy card is basically like a woman standing on like the ramp that you have to go and take your boat out on a lake or something like that. And the globe is hovering above her. It's like you've got the world in the palm of your hands kind of vibe. I really feel like this is the world is your oyster, or you could take on the world kind of. Don't doubt yourself, my friends. And you guys are Leos, man. You back yourselves big time. So, don't doubt yourself. If you're being guided to do something at the moment, trust that it is coming from a very divine, very good source, and it's for your highest and greatest good. Okay, I might have to pull some clarifiers for this one. It's got 3 of your cards. I won't give away the surprise until I've got them all. Can I have 3 more cards for this reading for this group of Leos? Okay, that's a bit more than 3, but let's see which ones are actually part of this reading. Okay, wow. It's funny, I was actually thinking I'm going to do Leo readings. I wonder if the Leo card is going to come out in the Leo readings. And it most certainly has. Oh, one card short. Okay, I can write, please. One more card, please. It's the final card for the Leos, please. Okay. I'm going to check which one it is. Once again, a bunch of color. Okay, so I have the last card. I'll tell you why I was saying wow. So 6 cards, like everybody else. Your main energy, use the world, and as I said, I feel like the world is your oyster, or you can take on the world. You should fear nothing. Yeah, just out of curiosity and just to be different, I'm going to just quickly pull your house cards and planet cards as well. And I've got this cheeky grin on my face because I feel like I'm being a bit cheeky by dragging this out and keeping the suspense, but let's just humor me for a moment, yeah? Ooh, I feel like that was the one. Flew up. Roses. Okay, so first of all, this solstice and full moon is affecting your Jupiter placement. So Jupiter is your confidence, courage, self-belief, and luck. I like it. And that is also tied in with the 3rd house. So your potential to learn something and your local neighborhood. So people going back to school, formalizing some other kind of stuff that they've got under their belt. Let's see. Let's have a little read of Jupiter and the 3rd house. And let's see. So Jupiter says, if you have drawn the Jupiter card, then the current universal energy is focused on your confidence, courage, sense of self-belief, and potency. When this part of you is activated, you have access to your inner knowing or gnosis and divine guidance. Your guardian angel is protecting you and filling you with faith, vision, and new intuition. As your confidence rises, you can tune in, gaining insights into the future. Wild guesses seem to hit the nail on the head, and you can prophesy accurately. You may dare to leap beyond your normal boundaries, forget any worries, and just know that everything will turn out well. This is the part of you that shrugs off or turns a deaf ear to the warnings of others. You will feel irritation at any limits or boundaries that your body or mind impose on you now. Since you want to grow with the freedom to soar like an eagle into higher, breathtaking expansion, taking imaginative leaps to allow wonder and magic in. Material prosperity is often a matter of how rich you will allow yourself to become, since we can unconsciously limit ourselves by not wanting to be greedy or believing that we are not worth more. Your lucky streak is now activated, so think rich and abundant. Your conviction and sense of omnipotence are rallied, but beware of arrogance, overconsumption, overexpansion, or overly dangerous risks. You may well be right, but be careful how you assert that. Don't be carried away, my friends. Your Jupiter represents growth in many forms. One form is growth of the body, but the mind and soul and spirit need growth also. You now access your faith, understanding of divinity, the spirit of law and philosophy, so you may challenge or grow some of these beliefs. You may also be involved with higher education, travel, exploration, or teaching. Oh, that matches perfectly with your 3rd house. So this could be interesting. I love how they always interrelate, like astrology and tarot, like energy people. Oof. Sorry, I am surrounded by not too many people that comprehend the energy aspect, and because I know about it, and it's pretty cool. So I want others to join on the bandwagon, okay? All right. So the third house is the area of your life that contains your innate potential to learn something, perhaps by reading or writing, attending a workshop, or taking a training course. It also covers education, local neighborhood, and short trips. What or how you learn was shaped by your childhood and your experience of school. If you were bullied by a teacher, you have had a rough time, then you may always feel like you are unintelligent or lacking skill when it comes to learning and education. This may mean that you shy away from any type of learning now, since you don't want to feel that bad again. This card suggests that you try to rise above that demeaning experience and look again at what you might be missing. You are in a different place now and may well find you can enjoy learning or reading and writing after all. Education or a training course may be involved, or perhaps research on the internet. Concrete knowledge or learning of a very specific kind is needed or being offered. Search through a newspaper, library, or the internet. The matter may also concern your local environment or neighborhood. If you are looking for something, it may well be in the immediate vicinity, and you should have a walk around, keeping a careful eye out. Interesting. Social networking websites like Facebook are a good source of information and maybe of interest now. Siblings or other family members may communicate and confer some fascinating knowledge for this area of your life. Includes family other than your parents. Contact with kinship could be beneficial as you learn something interesting or enlivening, adding to your current knowledge. Investigating the family tree, or just throwing ideas out there. Okay, let's do the reading, my friends. So the first card that we have for yourselves is the Lovers. So the Lovers is two partners coming together. This is ultimately like a twin flame union or soulmate union, and doesn't even have to be soulmates necessarily. It can just be a very harmonious, balanced, loving relationship. But this is a long time coming. There is a mountain between these two, so coming into this state of being in balance and harmony and coming into union was a long, hard road for these guys. Okay, it took a long way to get there, but there's a lot of passion there, and there's protection, like angelic protection, and there's guidance, like there's angelic intervention going on in this union, big time. Yeah, it really, how solid the picture sort of looks with the angel. It's almost like whatever's gone on before, whatever's come to pass, history, whatever, don't even worry about it or don't even think about it, because from here on in, it's almost like you're going to be walking in the protection or the shadow of, your divine team or angels, ascended masters, whatever. Really, really stand tall and walk forward and do what you got to do, because you are fine. You are well and truly protected by, something that's, well, big enough to cover you and make sure that nothing unpleasant happens. So I really feel a very supportive, very protective vibe, and that's, divine protection kind of thing. And yeah, I do believe that protective vibe is pretty much to kind of neutralize this feeling that you're having. I don't know why, like, it's almost like feeling like, everybody that you thought was yours has left you for dead, kind of thing. This is a person that's been stabbed in the back so many times. So yeah, it would surprise you if they could get up after that. But another thing is, this is a number 10. 10 is a number of completion. So to me, this card is really about the end of feeling backstabbed, the end of feeling like, you're the odd one out, or you're not part of the crowd, and, you can't sort of find your place in the group, in a sense. Like, everybody's got their own personality characteristics and their quirks. And you always have somebody that's, the funny person in the group or whatever. It's like finding your little niche where you fit into the thing. If you can't find that, all that kind of vibe's going to go, because you've gone through some stuff in life and you've come a long way. You've evolved so much that old sort of, unsure of themselves person, awkward person that used to feel this way is on their way out. They're like, version 1.0, you're now version 2.0 is basically what I'm feeling. I really feel like you've come a really long way, and you've been through some stuff in the last however many years. Like, I don't feel like this is a short period of time. I feel like this is at least 2 years, 3 years more, even of soul-shattering work. Is what I'm feeling. Those are the words that is coming out. So I'm just gonna go with it. But yeah, it's good that this card comes out, because this is basically telling you that it's all right. We got you. That stuff it's over now. Okay. We're in a new era now. We're in a new phase. The energy is completely different, and it's sort of up in a way. Looking at greener pastures, or looking forward to having greener pastures in your own existence. Very much so. Okay, so the next card that you have is the Four of Wands. So this definitely could once again be twin flames here, because Four of Wands, very much a twin flame card. To me, that is basically a card that represents marriage, union, coming together for a celebration of some sort. Could be an engagement party. Okay. A lot of people get engaged before they get married. Yeah. But definitely male and female in the background there, holding up their bouquets in celebration of whatever it is that they have accomplished, and they're there to celebrate that day. And there's other people in the background. There's a little party going on. It's very lush, very, kind of royal vibe to it too. But yeah, a lot of red. There's a lot of passion. There's a lot of growth that's gone on. Because yellow is color of learning. Yeah, we're learning all day, every day. Especially when Ascension kicks in, you learn so much, so fast. It rocks your world. But these are two people that have really come so far. They've climbed that mountain to get into union and be in balance by themselves and come together. And they've both felt like they've been stabbed in the back, possibly by each other, possibly by other people. But this is like the universe and Archangel Michael saying, dude, these days are over. Now, the days when this and this are in the forefront of your existence is what's here. Okay? You deserve this. You earned this. You've got this. Wowzers. Okay, I really do feel this is definitely like a love thing, love reading kind of thing. Definitely two people coming together. Very happy union. Definitely could be, engagement, wedding, baby announcement, even, who knows. It's just all those things that bring much joy and togetherness and love to our lives. I really feel that whatever this celebration or this occasion is, it's so overflowing with love, like love avalanche, as I like to call it. Absolutely, you feel like just squishy, mushy air around you, and it's all warm and fuzzy. And it's just love. Seriously. And I think as I progress through these cards, you'll understand why I'm saying this. Because I do believe that the person that you're coming together with is either setting off on an adventure. Like, this could be like a spiritual business. It could be a, business, like commercial something. Either that is their business that they're starting off on, and they're looking at it with so much devotion and so much care. And, it's their little baby. It's this wonderful idea that they've nurtured all this time. It's so important to them. It's very close to their heart, and they're very invested in it. But they want to go a really long way with it, and they've got what it takes. But there's also, on the other alternative, if this is very much just purely on the, relationship vibe, this is you. That pentacle is you to them, and they love you. They're absolutely looking at you like you're the most precious thing in the world. I just said, my precious. No, not like that. Not the Lord of the Rings kind of precious. You are the most beautiful, most amazing, most valuable thing in my life that I get most joy out of. That is the vibe. All right. So there is something that means so much to this person. And either that's you, or it's something that they've been working on for a while. It's like their little baby, as I said. And I do feel like it's almost like a project that they feel like is their little baby. Like, they came up with it. They, battled their own ego and their doubts and all of that with it. And they sort of came out on top, and now it's kind of like, yes, but I know what's going on. It's mine. That it's very protective. Like, I'll hold it to my heart. Like, I don't want anybody tainting it. I don't want anybody messing with the energy that I've infused into the situation. And I feel like that's something that this person is actually only able to do for the first time in their life, because of the fact that the Strength card is the next card up. Strength card also represents Leo. This is a woman that's taming a lion with her bare hands. Okay, she's also got the infinity symbol above her head, but this is a person who's very, in tune with themselves. Like, at times, I would say that looks like an angel. So yes, basically, infinity symbol. It's an ongoing battle. Sometimes we're not as courageous as we'd like to be, and taming your own fears and doubts can be really, really hard. So I do feel like this is sort of finding your ability to speak up and to speak your truth and speak up for your needs and wants and requirements in life, whether it's a relationship, friendship, whatever it is. It can be a really, really hard thing, but everything that has transpired between these two, it's been a really, really long time coming. They've gone through a lot. They've both found a lot of inner strength, spiritually, emotionally. But I do believe that they're actually going to be in a very happy, harmonious union. And this is happy family, happy kids, happy life, happy everything. Okay. These are the two people that are very emotionally content. They're the, divine masculine, divine feminine in union with the little ones, all these twin flame babies running around, doing their mission work, saving the world, changing the world as we know it. I don't know what else I can say to that card, my friends, but this has got to be probably one of the most beautiful readings. Like, every reading I do seems to get more and more and more beautiful, and just wow. And when people are saying that, literally, we're on the verge of getting the rewards for some, hard work and some real evolution on the part of ourselves, like all the inner work that we've done and things like that, the healing and all that, and ancestral karma, all that a lot of us have dealt with. So yes, this is a well and truly beautiful reading. And now the Heart and Soul Oracle cards. Arch Angel Michel, something to give our lovely Leos for the final reading that we have this evening for Leos. Okay. And I'm sorry these readings are a little bit late, guys, but better late than never. And my team insists that, hey, the solstice and full moon energies are after 2 weeks, so I still got time. Okay, so it's the top one. So the card we have, lots of hearts. It says, a pool of suppressed emotions lies trapped within you, and it is time for you to release them. Allow your feelings and emotions to surface. You are safe. It's okay for you to open your heart and be vulnerable. This is a time for healing old wounds. This healing process is a blessing, not a curse. Okay, yes. Cancer full moon, my friends. Stuff's coming up. If you feel the urge to turn into a human waterfall, just do it. Just get it out. Get it over and done with, so it doesn't build up and, cause issues. All right. Thank you very much for joining me. I really hope these readings resonated. And I shall continue with the rest of the zodiac, and I will see you guys around soon.